Guys, today we're going to be looking at Geomag Stabilizers. These are Warlock exotic boots. They are directly tied to the new super Chaos Reach. Now this is the new Stormcaller super. It's the one where you go Kamehameha. Pretty nasty, got some potent DPS, but it's also got some major drawbacks, which is why a majority of the gameplay today is in PvE. Now let's talk about Geomag real quick. The perk on it right here, guys, close enough. When Chaos Reach super energy is almost full, sprinting tops it off. And damaging enemies with Chaos Reach extends its duration. Now let me go ahead and say a few things about Chaos Reach. Number one, when you pop your super, you are stuck out like a sore thumb. Meaning, anything could take you out. A sniper, a Queenbreaker's bow, a sleeper easily. So for me in PvP, this is not the best super, regardless of how good Geomag Stabilizers are. Now in PvE, this thing is nasty. Because in Gambit, I was actually on a team with another Stormcaller rocking Chaos Reach. And we were just taking turns clearing mobs of enemies. And from the amount of orbs he was dropping and I was dropping, on top of that, I think he had Geomag Stabilizers too, so we were just topping each other off. I felt like Thor was on the battlefield with us. Jesus, lightning never stopped. Geomag Stabilizers made wiping ads a lot better, as well as dealing a lot more DPS to bosses. But let's talk about the sprint effect. Topping your super off, it says. Essentially, fellas, when you get to 85% of your super, you just start running. Forrest Gump that stuff for the rest of the way. Now, you cannot surf. Like, I thought I would just be able to warlock surf in a way. No, it literally counts the footsteps that you take on the ground. It's quite literally boots on the ground, you running. Now, topping that super off is very quickly. Like, I mean, a couple seconds of you sprinting, and you'll have your super. So, is this exotic worth getting? Is it worth using? I think for me, it's the only thing that makes Chaos Reach a usable super to begin with. I'm sure you can tell by the tone of my voice, I really was not impressed today by Chaos Reach. Matter of fact, at first, I wasn't that impressed with Geomag Stabilizers. And then I was like, well, let me just take them off for a second. And then I was like, hot damn, this is terrible. So in this situation, it's not that Geomag is just great and wonderful. It's just, to me, a necessity if you're gonna be rocking Chaos Reach out. Now, in terms of single target DPS, it's pretty good. You can see my super bar going up little by little as I do more damage. And that's all coming from Geomag there. So all around, guys, this is a necessary exotic that you have to use if you're gonna be rocking out Chaos Reach. If you're gonna play things like Gambit, pick up the responsibility of just wiping ads over and over again and feeding orbs to your teammates, as well as those ionic charges. My only complaint is I wish that Geomag wasn't just an exotic that gave you that top-off effect. Like, I kind of just wish it reduced the cooldown, or perhaps tied in some way to those ionic traces. Maybe gave you the opportunity to grant super energy the more ionic traces you drop. I don't know. To me, I just felt like there could have been a lot more done here in terms of being a little more creative than just sprinting. But outside of that, guys, the ability to extend the duration of Chaos Reach was the biggest benefit here. And I'm assuming that the top-off effect where you sprint to regenerate the rest of that super was more or less just something they just threw on there. So guys, that is your exotic review for Geomag Stabilizers. I honestly really liked it for what I was using it for, which was just ad clearing and doing massive amounts of DPS to the boss. So guys, get your hands on it and play with it yourself. Whatever you do, never try to 1v1 sleeper simulant in Chaos Reach. It'll never go well for you, boys. Oh, and never pop Chaos Reach while you're going through one of these portals. I thought I was going to be able to pull off a pro move. I was like, okay, I'm going to go through the portal. I'm going to pop my super. I'm going to melt the entire team because it's going to stop me midair. Nope. It just keeps you going, and you just look like a dumbass. So fellas, thank you so much for coming and watching, and as always,
slap that like button like your mama told you right.